Hi everyone and happy Monday. Welcome to today's Read Aloud. Before you continue watching this video, I hope that you watch the mini lesson video in today's document. That's really important in explaining and understanding our goal for this week. Today's chapter is long, so all that we'll be doing here is reading. So please make sure you go and watch that other video first. If you already have, then welcome and let's continue. Today's chapter is called Pantless Brothers Are Not My Problem. On Saturday, Mom parks our car in front of a sprawling modern house with tall windows and a long wooden ramp leading to the front door. I'm not sure I can do this. I glance to the rearview mirror and see Mom's eyes looking at me. Save a piece of cake? David flickers his fingers beside me in the car. At 4 o'clock. I catch his hand and hold it still so he'll pay attention. Here are your rules. I pass him a sheet of paper. David reads aloud. Chew with your mouth closed. Don't open or close doors at other people's houses. Don't look in their refrigerator or turn on their TV. Use a fork for cake, not your fingers. Catherine, I'll watch him, Mom says. Don't worry. Getting out of the car, I'm tempted to yell. Oh yeah, like you watched him at Melissa's? But I have bigger worries. Walking to the ramp, I clutch the bag of fancy jelly beans, the birthday card I painted with watercolors of guinea pigs eating cake, pig out on your birthday, and the guitar wrapped in 2 white plastic trash bags, a huge red bow tied around the neck. It was the best wrapping I could come up with for something so big. My pulse beats with my footsteps on the ramp, and as I get closer to Jason's front door, I hear a thumping bass line and muted laughter. I stab the doorbell. Part of me wants to drop the guitar on the welcome mat and jump into the shrubs, but before I can move, the door opens. I look up at a teenage boy with familiar wavy reddish-brown hair. Hi, he says. I'm Matt, Jason's brother. I'm Catherine. Oh, you're Catherine? He grins, raising one eyebrow. You've made Jason some cool cards. I blush. Of course, everyone who talks to Jason sees my cards. Why didn't I ever think of that? Come in. I'll tell Jason you're here. The living room is crowded with people. Some adults and kids sit in chairs spread around the room, talking and laughing. Others stand at the table drinking coffee and soda. On the couch, there's a family with 2 little kids. The mother smiles at me and I smile back. But I don't see Jason anywhere. I hold the guitar at my side so it's less noticeable. Catherine, Mrs. Morehouse comes towards me. Welcome. There's pizza in the kitchen. Grab a plate and make yourself at home. Matt, we can use a few more chairs. Would you get the ones off the back porch? She's wearing a skirt and heels, and I kick myself for not putting on lip gloss or wearing something nicer than jean shorts and a t-shirt. When she steps close, I say, Did you know Jason invited my brother to come for a piece of cake? Yes, I'll put a big piece aside for David. Glancing at the people talking and laughing loudly, and all those doorknobs David will want to turn, I worry coming was a mistake. I add the card and jelly beans to the presents piled on the table and sit next to an older woman, sliding the guitar under my chair. I should have brought Jason a music CD. I swallow, imagining him opening a beat-up guitar in front of all these people. Hello, the woman says, her hand smoothing the lap of her cotton dress. Isn't this a lovely party? Yes, I say. Do you know where? Jason, Mrs. Morris calls. There you are. Catherine's here. In the doorway to the kitchen, Jason turns his head until he sees me. I walk over, wishing he'd smile or frown or anything that would tell me if he's still mad, but Jason's mouth stays a flat line. Happy birthday, I say. I left something on the present table for you, but I have another present too. Thank you. I tap secret. Jason moves his hands away so I can turn the pages of his communication book. I tap, I want, open, present. I reach into my shorts pocket and pull out together. On the card, I drew myself sitting on the red bench and Jason beside me in his wheelchair. I'm sorry. Jason smiles. Me too. Come with me. He gestures to the hallway and I slide the guitar out from under the chair. Following him, I hold the guitar behind my back, counting 4 doors for David to open before Jason goes through a doorway. A shiver passes between my shoulder blades. Though there's a house full of people down the hall, it feels sneaky and wrong to step into a boy's bedroom. On the wall over Jason's bed, between 2 baseball posters, is my drawing of Christy's house. And in front of the window is an electric piano. Is that your piano? I ask. He nods and turns the page in his communication book. I play bad, but like it. I'd love to hear you play. I bring the guitar out from behind my back. Sorry about the wrapping, but I couldn't really disguise it. I untie the bow and he pulls away the trash bag wrapping. Nobody mistake the guitar for new, but I cleaned it until it shone. Mom took it to the music store and they put new strings on it and tuned it, I say. That part's a present from David, but the guitar's from me. He smiles wide. Thank you, Catherine. Perfect guitar. You're welcome. I lay it across his wheelchair and he traces his fingers across the strings. It sounds rich and mysterious, lingering in the air even after his hand moves away. Dazzling. He gestures for me to put his guitar on his bed. I take the guitar from him and set it on his pillow. Behind me, I hear Jason cross the room to the window. Music startles me. I spin to see Jason's shoulder bowed forward, his hands reaching over his wheelchair tray to the keyboard. I walk over to look closer at his fingers. Bent nearly double, his fingers touch the keys much like he touches his cards, one at a time. It's a simple song, spare and haunting. That's beautiful. My own music. Jason, a voice calls. I turn. His mother stands in the doorway smiling. Grandpa needs to leave soon, so let's do your cake now. Jason backs up and turns for the hallway. I sweep a last look across the piano, the guitar left on his pillow, the baseball posters, and my drawing of Christy's house. Walking down the hallway, I hear people singing Happy Birthday, but I hum Jason's song under their singing. I want to remember it. The cake is chocolate, my favorite, but I move the cake bits around on my plate, squeezing them flat with my fork. Beside me on the couch, Jason's elderly neighbor is going on about his problem with chipmunks in his cellar. They're cute until they chew through your wires, he says. Mrs. Morehouse answers the doorbell. Thank you for inviting us, I hear Mom's voice. David's been looking forward to this all afternoon. Now I don't think about cute, the man next to me says. I think about the electrician bill. Before I can greet Mom and David rushes past me. Cake? I keep David in my line of sight as he sits at the kitchen table, especially as Mrs. Morehouse shows Mom something different out the window. How lovely, Mom says. Are they hard to grow? My husband is the gardener in our family. I stand up. Nice to meet you, I say to the chipmunk man as I watch David slide his hand towards the platter of leftover cake. And, good luck. Darn little pest. He turned to the woman on the other side. If you got one, you got a whole bunch. I hurry to the kitchen and drop my plate of cake in front of David. Use a fork, I whisper, pressing mine into his hand, not your fingers. Around me, a woman rinses cups in the sink, and Matt scrapes crumbs from his plate into the trash. A teenage girl with braids brings a baby in, his mouth ringed brown with frosting. Can I have some extra napkins? She asks. Jason comes up beside me. Sorry, neighbor talk all the time. No problem. My old neighbor, Mrs. Bauman, used to talk a lot too. Sorry, Catherine, new neighbor friend, can't come. My birthday party. I'm sure Christy would have had fun. I throw David a strict look as he picks a bite of cake off his plate with his fingers. But the community center dances tonight and she had to help decorate. Do you want to come? Dance? No, she's going with Ryan. I'm sure he doesn't want me hanging around with them any more than I want to be with him. David licks frosting off the side of his hand. I pass him a napkin, but he wipes his mouth with it instead. I mean, do you want to come? Dance me. I look up from Jason's book. He's watching my face, his eyes serious. I can't. Why? I stare at the word card with its big question mark. Are you embarrassed about me? Of course not. I hear Jason pound his cards, but I can't look. I brush crumbs off David's shirt into my cupped hand. I'm just a horrible dancer. Terrible. In fact, I'm so bad I even have a rule against it. No dancing unless I'm alone in my room or it's pitch black dark. Jason makes a loud rumbling sound. Rule, stupid, excuse. My breath catches. Everyone in the kitchen has stopped to look at us, except David, who pushes back his chair. My rules aren't stupid, I say quietly, or excuses. Yes, excuse. I just like magic, he scowls. And you. Ramming the joystick forward, Jason whirs out of the kitchen, past David, opening a cupboard door. More cake? David asks as I pry his fingers off the door handle. We're all done. Holding his arm, I pull him behind me. Excuse me, I say, passing people. Sorry, gotta go. Catherine? Mom asks. Is something wrong? I push open the door. Tears spill down my cheeks as I run with David down the ramp. The party's over. So I want you to think about this last scene. Jason accuses Catherine of being embarrassed of him and the fact that he's in a wheelchair. I want you to think about the perspective. What is Catherine's point of view on why she doesn't want to go to the dance? And what is Jason's point of view on why she didn't tell him about the dance? Think about that. Do they react differently to the same issue? And if so, why are their reactions so different? So just take a minute and really think that over. And then as you head into your reading for your book clubs, make sure you're thinking about your characters and the way that they respond or react to their social issues differently or the same. Enjoy your books. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.